Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole and I like to do some fun stuff with clip art and passive income um, and working in Procreate. So I am showing you a design that I have recently created, and in Procreate I like to create outlines for my watercolors before I actually color them in. So I didn't record that part, but luckily my iPad automatically records it without, all the fancy stuff you see on the screen now. So you can kind of get an idea of what I was doing beforehand, before I started going in and coloring in all these lovely florals and sprigs, and I guess I'm calling them for now like romantic, like, I don't know, botanical elements or something of the sort. But I am actually using a brush set that is, a combination of brush sets. One of them, the one that you're seeing me use more now, is a brush set that I bought off Creative Market. I think it's called Everything Watercolor, at least that's what it says in my iPad for that particular brush set. And it really does have every kind of watercolor you will need. Of course, like with all these brush sets, you will need to go back in and blend a lot of the harsh lines that they produce. But overall, I love this set. I think it was under 40 bucks for commercial use, because I do intend to use my designs to resell in my Etsy shop or Redbubble or wherever. So highly recommend it. I will leave the description for that down below. And the other sets that I use is for actually creating the line work that you saw before, but that was all like that light pink. And that was just using a brush that comes with Procreate, which is the under calligraphy. I can't pronounce anything today. It's a monoline, and I just turn up one of the settings, which is called Streamline, all the way up so you get like smooth curves and everything is very precise. The other brush set I use is a free brush set that I downloaded from Lily Pronto's YouTube channel. She does a lot with watercolor clip art, and her brush set is really good. I think it was free at the time that I downloaded it, so I would go check that out, because it has excellent blenders. It has actual like realistic like petal watercolor like brush strokes. So those combinations I use to create my like outlined and then fill in watercolors. So I'm still learning Procreate. I'm learning more about like different programs that you can use to create art every single day. I bought this iPad as a way to become more creative. Well, I wouldn't say become more creative, but I used to be super creative, and it's really hard lugging around like sketchbooks and paper and what have you. So this makes it so easy, because my Apple Pencil literally like attaches to the side with magnets and charges that way, and all I have to worry about is that my iPad is charged, and I bring it with me literally everywhere. It's also great to read like blogs and articles on it too, because it's super big. I have the smaller size iPad Pro. I think it's like 11.9 inches or something like that. The other one is, or maybe smaller than that. I think it's maybe 10. I don't know. But there's one that was crazy huge, and I thought, well, that's a little too much because that's the size of a laptop. But as long as you have a great case and it's charged and you have an Apple Pencil, I have the second generation, which is really awesome, then you are all set to be like a little artist or create your designs on the go. And then I just simply drop these into my files once I am done with them. But overall, super happy with this purchase. I do not regret it one bit. But I'm seeing that watercolors, especially in Etsy clip art, are super popular right now, especially if people are trying to make their own wedding invitations or Christmas cards, what have you. So I've been kind of just like experimenting with that, and one of my most popular listings that I had during the month of December was some botanical elements that I like called like winter botanicals or something like that. So I figured that Valentine's Day is coming up, so I should probably create something that has like a romantic or pastel-y or invokes a vision of like Valentine's Day for my shop. And maybe this is a little like off because I'm using tons of purples and whatnot, and it's not like super in your face like bright red, but my Christmas one was kind of like more moody and like more like forest green in terms of like main colors. So I am just going to stick with what I know and what I think looks good, because this is all personal. Like, you don't have to draw anything that makes you like unhappy, because like stuff like this makes me so happy, and I am so lucky to be running a shop. Even though it doesn't make a lot of money, like I think in December I made about 80 bucks, but I think there's a huge potential that I could pursue this as like a really cool like hobby, or what they call like a side hustle to generate some more income, because this channel, I want to kind of show you my journey to pursuing passive income in a creative manner, instead of just like going like the stock route, or like, I don't know, like whatever pyramid schemes are out there too. But anywho, I got this awesome camera mount, I guess you would say, tripod, that was also recommended on Lily Premto's channel. So I bought it through her referral link, and I have to say it is an awesome tripod because you can actually have your camera face directly down like you see here. And I have tried to achieve that with a regular tripod, and it does not work. So I invested in that, and I am beyond happy with it. You do have to weigh it down so it doesn't completely tip over. I just put some marbles in one of the bags it came in, and it's working like just fine. But anywho, you can see here that I am going back and forth and blending things out, because watercolors is not supposed to be super precise, and a lot of these brushes have kind of like lines or like heavy watermarks that you need to go back in and blend. And as you can see, that Procreate is not a vector program. It is pixelated when you zoom in super close, so just be aware of that. You can bring your images into Illustrator and then image trace them if you do want to create like these as like SVGs, or sell them in the future for things that need to be more vector based instead of rasterized. So it is a little tricky to get the image trace down, especially with watercolors, and you have so many different colors and textures that it picks up. So just be aware of that. But I have not tried that personally yet with any of my clip art, because I have been mostly selling PNGs. But anyway, something in the future that I might create a tutorial with. But I'm curious, do you guys have any questions on this? Like, this is the final product, and I loved how it turned out. It's super whimsical, romantic, of course, naturey. But I will be putting this on my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here soon.